everyone, Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really beautiful but really easy card and matching envelope. If I just show you, the ribbon slides off like so, and you can open your envelope pouch and slide in your custom made cut to size card, and it all fits beautifully, and then you'd slide the ribbon back on. There's also room in there for maybe some chocolate goodies or anything else. There's a little bit of room and a little bit of give in there. So let's show you how to make it. Before we do, I just want to quickly tell you that we're going to be using the Forever Lovely. This is the stamp set, and we're going to be using the beautiful paper and the matching cardstock. Now, if you just quickly look in the new catalogue, the whole entire suite is here. It's stunning, pages 4 and 5, and I just want to point out, only because it's celebration and I don't want you to miss out on freebies, if you purchase the stamp and thinlits bundle, that is exactly £45. That will earn you a free celebration freebie. If you don't fancy the bundle and you want to get something different, you could get the stamp set, the paper, the cardstock and the ribbon, and you would also be just within that qualifying just £45. It's just over, I think that comes to £46. But if you bought the stamp set, the paper, the card pack and the ribbon pack, you would also earn a freebie. And if I was choosing a freebie, I would choose this one to go with my Forever Lovely products, because this is the foiled card and this is lovely lipstick, so it's the same colour. It's absolutely beautiful. And what's the other colour? Grapefruit Grove. So they would then coordinate with your goodies perfectly, so you'd be getting extra for your money. And there's 8 sheets in there, 8 sheets of 12 for 12. I think it's 8, 4 of each. Let me just check. Yeah, so that is an awesome goodie. So I have to point that out to you. Right, so let's get started. So first of all, I'm getting a piece of the DSP. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at that floral detail, and then we've got that lovely plain colour on the back. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this 12 by 12 sheet. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole sheet. And we're going to cut it the full length of the 12 by 12 to is it 5.5? Yes, 5.5. Just checking my measurements. So we're cutting that to 5.5. Okay, and then what we're going to do is on the short side, so I want that to be the top, that to be the bottom, because that's the way the pattern runs. So on the short side, I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. Moving my blade out of the way. Score it at 1/2 inch and then 5 inches. And then I'm going to score it again at 9 5/8. So 9 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it clockwise, and I'm going to score at 1/4 inch. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch at this side of my board just for ease. If that complicates things for you, turn it round and do it the other way, that's fine. So 1/4 inch that side. Is that right? I think so, yeah. I'll turn it round and I'll score it at 1/4 inch at the other side. Again, I'm using my 1/4 inch mark there, look. Okay, there we go. And whilst we're there, we're going to cut a strip of lovely lipstick. This is going to be for our sentiments. This is 1 1/8 strip by this measures just over 8 inches, but I'm going to cut off as I need, and this one is a 1 inch wide strip, and this measures about 6 1/4. But basically, I'm going to use this for my stamping, and then this will layer behind. So to fit your stamping on, it needs to be a 1 inch strip, and then for the layer, just 1 1/8, just to give that tiny little bit of a increment there, and then we'll cut it to size as we do our stamping. And I've also pre-cut my card base, and to fit in this custom envelope, we have taken an A4 sheet of the lovely lipstick, and we have turned it on the long side, and we've cut at 4 1/8. That way you get more out. So this measures 8 1/4 by 4 1/8, and then we've scored it in the middle at 4 1/8. So it's a 4 1/8 by 4 1/8 square. I've cut a piece of cardstock for inside. This measures 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. That's going to go inside. And then I'm going to cut myself some DSP, 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, like so. Okay, so I'll put that to one side and we will construct our envelope first. Just let me get my scissors. So what we want to do first of all is the 1/2 inch, well, score all of the 1/4 inch ones on the side, score them in first. Okay, and then fold that top large score line in, and then it's going to fold like so. Fold that one. And then where we've done the 1/2 inch at the bottom, that wants turning in like so, so that we've got that little lip of the other side of DSP there. I've not folded that terribly straight. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do some cutting. So we want these strips here to fold in and be the tabs for the inside. So what we want to do is we want to cut off this small little square at the top. We don't need that. And then we're just going to quite generously notch there. The same here, cut that tiny rectangle at the top, cut that out, and then generously notch in there. Okay, and then we're going to trim there, which is at the next score line, and the other side, and generously notch in. Okay, and generously notch in. Alright, and then which way do I want it now? Oh, that's it. And then the other strips here, 1/4 inch all the way up, just get rid of the lot. Okay, I'm just going to bring in some longer scissors because we don't need any of that. You can use your trimmer if you're used to like trimming, you know, halfway down and then stopping. I'm not very good at judging that, hence I'm using good old scissors. Trim that. Okay, remove those bits, and then I'm just using a corner rounder. So these, where the flaps are here, that's the bottom, that's the top. I'm just going to corner round them top 2 corners. You don't have to do this, it's not essential, I just think it looks neater. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to attach our little flaps here, and I'm using glue, and the reason I'm using glue is because I think if you use tape here, sometimes when you're sliding things in and out they can get stuck, and I don't want it to come apart, and glue's just that little bit stronger. Tape's great for adding layers and adding DSP on your cards, but when you're constructing anything that needs a bit of, you know, stability and a bit more oomph to it, use glue. Okay, and then so that's that, and then this lip that is the small little fold there, mine's not terribly straight for some reason. Let me try and straighten it a bit. That's better. We're going to glue that down, and that's just for fancy really. And it also, but what it also does, and the main reason I've put it there is because, if I can just hold it while it dries, it just gives a little bit stability to the top there and reinforces it. Because we are only using DSP, it just makes that a bit more sturdy there. Okay, so because we've got double the thickness. I'm just going to just slide my ruler in and make sure that's glued nicely, which it is. So we can set that aside, that's our envelope, and we'll start and construct our card now. So first of all, what we want to do is, and this is so easy, you can get The envelopes are extravagant. You probably get 2 out of a 12 by 12, but you know, this isn't something you'd make millions of. If it's a Valentine's card or a special card, you'd only make the odd 1 or 2, depending on how many people you want to send them to, I suppose. But you can, you know, you can use this idea with other things as well. Okay, so I'm just going to add my DSP, and again I'm using glue, and then I've got a bit of wiggle room. I love this colour, and the cardstock here is lovely lipstick. All the colours in the DSP match, so you can't go wrong. You know, it's not like you're going to put it together and the shades are off and they don't look right. There's nothing worse. So that is that. Okay, so we've got our envelope and our card all ready. So now we're going to make the sentiments to put on them both. So I'll set them to one side a moment and bring in my stamps. I'm using just one colour of ink. I'm using Lovely Lipstick, and I'm using, which one is it? I Love You Until the Day After Forever. I think that goes on my card, and then You Are Loved is going to go on my envelope. So I'll just get that out ready. So like I say, I've cut a 1-inch strip from my scraps. Save them, you can stamp on them. And because these are photopolymer, I'll be able to see really easily and position that nicely. And because I've cut it in a strip before stamping, I know that cardstock's straight, which just makes the whole thing a lot easier. I can see where I'm going with that photopolymer, and I can place that without any difficulty at all. Really simple. Let's zoom in ever so slightly now. Okay, and there we go. We've got the perfect stamp in there. So I'm going to now trim that. Hopefully I'll cut it straight. Okay, so that's that one. And then if I just take that stamp off, I'll just bob it to one side and add my next stamp. Could do with a bigger block for that, to be honest. Let me get in fact, I don't need a bigger block. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. Because it's photopolymer and I can see what I'm doing, I'm going to put it on the diagonal like that on my block. I can see and I can get that straight with absolutely no problem. Otherwise I would have put it on a larger block. So there we go. Because I can see what I'm doing, and I've cut my card to size already. Absolutely easy peasy dragon sneezer. There we go. Close that ink up. Trim that. There we go. Okay, so that one might not be dry yet, so I'll do this one first. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some glue to the back. And because I've already cut my strip to size, I know it's nice and straight. And I can layer that on. There is a 1/8 of an inch increment, which is absolutely spot on, and it's perfect. And I'm going to just use smaller scissors and just trim that off. So that's one, and I'll do my second because this will be nice and dry now. I love this paper, it's super pretty. I do like nice pinky reds and girly colours and flowery, and it's lovely. And I am quite a romantic as well, big old softie at heart, and you know, I do like Valentine's Day and anything romantic. But you can use this for this set is not specific, it's not even for Valentine's Day. Well, it says Happy Valentine's Day there, but you know, you can have it for birthdays, you could have it for weddings, wishing you a lovely day, you are loved. You could just send that for anything. You don't need a, you know, a special occasion to send somebody a card. So this is very much an all year round set. I'm going to have to buy a couple of packs of the DSP, I think, because I've kind of fallen in love with it, and I'll be sad if I run out. So, You Are Loved is for the envelope. This one's for for the card, and I'm just sticking that there in the bottom right corner. And that's all you need, because that beautiful DSP, you don't want to be covering it up. You want to show it off. You want to see those lovely colours. Simple, absolutely easy as pie. And that will just slip nicely in there. It'll go either way. I've made that pouch just slightly bigger. If you want to, you could make it smaller. I've made it bigger on purpose so I could fit some little chocolates or something inside. I think I've done it the same size as that one. I've actually done it slightly larger than my original one. I don't know why I've done that. Maybe I could have cut it at 5 inches instead of 5.5. So if you do want it slightly smaller, mine was cut to 5.5 inches before I did my measurements. You could start at 5. But you know, I'm just giving you the idea. You can adapt it to how you want. Okay. So I'm going to get some dimensionals now. And I'm going to just attach, and I only need one actually. I only need one, and I need it on that side. Okay, we'll just bob that across the middle like so. Okay, you are loved. And then we're going to get some of the lovely ribbon. And we're going to, I hope this piece is large enough, because I've actually used so much of this ribbon. I've nearly used a full reel already and I'm running out. I'm going to have to get some more. And we just tie that in one of those cute little knots rather than a bow, and then you're not using as much ribbon. There we go. It's not gone as cute as my sample, but I took a bit longer over that. So there you go. There's the little envelope, and then obviously you open it like so, and inside you've got your beautiful card, and there's room in there for some goodies, okay, if you want to add a little gift as well. So if you want to see how to make that, hop on over to my blog. All the measurements will be over there. The list of all of the supplies that I've used will be over there, and the measurements and the scores and everything. So thanks for watching. Make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss any more of my tutorials, because we're cooking on gas now. We're back to school, so full tutorials will commence. See you soon. Bye for now.